Everyone, welcome to 2K. And coming into this game, Grant, is it fair to say this feels like it should be a blowout?
Well, on paper, that would be the assumption. But, B.A., this is why we play the games. Anything can happen, and any team can pull off an upset.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. The tandem on the perimeter, Thomas and Porter Jr. Then it's Nicholas Claxton, and it's Bufkin in at the point. Now here's Hart. Kicks it out Towns. Pass to Brunson. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by the Nets. Porter with a screen on Brunson. Now Porter for three. Hart pulls it in. Now Brunson. He can't get it to go. Great D that time for Porter. 1:56 left in the first. Thomas outside. Launches a three. Brooklyn, no good that time either. New York with the ball. And since the turn of the century, die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Greg, until recently.
No doubt, B.A., and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
Here's Thomas after the basket by New York on the other end. Three on the clock. The 11-footer. Hart pulls it in. The Knicks have gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Brunson. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
Brunson doesn't fear going in amongst the trees. Remarkable poise there inside.
Pass to Thomas. For three. Towns with a rebound.
He can't get anything to fall, at least not this quarter.
Bridges against Thomas. Towns outside. No good with the triple.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Brooklyn, no good that time either. New York leading by 4. Here's Anunoby. Outside Hart. Pass to Towns. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
He converts those at a high rate. Not that time.
And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Knicks leading by 4. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Filling out the wings, Clarkson and Bridges. Mitchell Robinson is out there with Gershon Yabusele, and it's McBride in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, those who worked with Nets coach Jordi Fernandez rave about his people skills. He said, quote, "Am I very good at it? I don't know, but I try because I think it's important. When you have that relationship, especially in the tough moments, is when you can break through and be successful. Without it, it's tough, so you try to build it." Back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big 3 era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. changes here for New York. Towns comes in for Yabusele, and it's OG Anunoby in for McBride. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. .156 left to play in the second quarter. Clarkson outside. Back to Towns. Pass to Bridges. The three. And again, the Knicks missing. Nets trail by 4. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Claxton a screen on Robinson. Porter from outside. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
You know, I think this is a shot Porter Jr. has to continue to knock down because, after all, he's out there to stretch the floor, so he's got to cash in from that.
Now here's Anunoby. No points so far. They grab their own miss. Robinson gets the bucket.
If you don't box him out, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Claxton. Here's Williams. Outside Porter. Claxton a screen on Anunoby. And here's Porter outside. And it's New York with a rebound. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Minnesota.
I found it was an interesting game. Anything they couldn't get from their starters, they got from their reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Now here's Porter. He's coming off a 13-point game against Detroit. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Claxton passes to Porter. And then Porter with the dunk.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
And it's Clarkson missing. 1 second left. The shot no good. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Knicks out in front, leading by a point. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. Just stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. Right now, the New York Knicks are providing quite an entertaining and close game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the fans are on the edge of their seats. They're getting their money's worth, Ernie.
It is electric in this arena tonight, and the team is vibing. All right, fellas, time now to take a look at these early season standings in the East.
Checking out New York. They've had a great start to the season as we thought they might. They play together, they play for one another, they're well coached. This team is a team to watch for the rest of the year.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Michael Porter getting it done today.
It's not easy to own a game through your work on the glass, but he's managed to do it thus far.
Yes, sir. I mean, that area around the bucket has been his turf tonight. A sensational display of rebounding in the first half.
On the floor for the Nets, Porter Jr. and Clowney in it forward. Then it's Cam Thomas. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Bufkin in at the one. In the summer of 24, Jalen Brunson signed a contract extension, famously signing for less than his max, Clark.
Yeah, you know, B.A., it was a calculated move by Brunson because he wanted the team to have room to add additional players. If you ask me, that's the kind of winning, selfless attitude you want from the guy who's your franchise player.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of the evening.
Three shots.
Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead. Grant, you are a Hall of Fame small forward, so you know a bit about the position. What's key in excelling at the three?
Well, B.A., you have to be able to space the floor. We almost never see a 3 or even 4 who can't make threes. And on the other end, lots of times you're matched up with quick guards.
Well, you look at how the Knicks built this team, Clark. Some astute all-in trades.
Yeah, you know, New York spent years, B.A., building their draft assets. They cast them in on some all-star level guys, and we're seeing the fruit of that kind of work.
And he nails the third.
He's a big guy with a soft stroke from the charity stripe. You love to see that.
Bridges outside. There's the triple. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got rebound number 7 tonight. Pass to Claxton. And here's Porter. Hey, expanding his range. Bufkin, no good. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. To the paint. Outside Hart. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Towns getting it done under the hoop.
There it is, the first basket of the half after missing their first 3 attempts.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Year to year, Karl Anthony Towns remains an elite three-point threat in this league, Clark.
Yeah, he's one of the best shooters, period, in the league. And when you talk about just big guy shooters, he is the best. I mean, Jokic is maybe going to give him a run for the money, but I take Cat as the best three-point shooter of big men in the league. I mean, he's 7 feet tall, 250 pounds, and it's really hard to find anybody that can guard him outside and inside.
The 2K leaderboard showing the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In third, New York.
And whenever you turn the ball over against them, they pushed it right back at you. Last year, they were just merciless at exploiting teams whenever they made mistakes against them.
There's a minute 40 left in the third quarter. Pass to Clowney. Now here's Thomas. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Well, Grant, for a late first-round pick, Cam Thomas is a certified bucket.
Yeah, B.A., he's got every shot in the book. And he's still rounding out the other aspects of his game. But if you need to score, that he can provide.
First free throw is good.
When you watch Cam Thomas go on one of his patented scoring outbursts, it's reminiscent of the microwave. He heats up quickly and can carry the offense in stretches.
Clarkson's checked in for New York. And a change for the Nets. Williams is checked in. And both free throws good for Thomas.
When you send somebody like him to the line, it's pretty much easy money.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Teammate Josh Hart may call Jalen Brunson the king of New York, but Brunson says, I would never consider myself a face of the franchise, but I'm a leader of this team. That's what I want to do, and I am grateful for the opportunity. I don't take this for granted. Back over to you, Brian.
Staying humble. Allie, thanks very much for the report. And so it's Brooklyn with it after the basket by New York on the other end. It's Thomas on the wing. He's covered by Clarkson. Just 5 on the clock. Thomas misses. 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Hey, if I'm in their shoes, I go for it.
Towns, a screen on Claxton. Pass to Towns. Jacks up a 3. Oh, the impressive range of Karl Anthony Towns.
Not much you can do to stop this Jay when Towns gets into the rhythm.
Here's Bufkin. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. They set the screen. Outside, Williams. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Now here's Brunson. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. New York out in front, leading by 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Nets trail by 3. Mikal Bridges is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for New York right now. Porter! It's good from beyond the arc.
They want the ball in his hands when the situation calls for it.
Outside Anunoby. Brunson surveys. With a teardrop. That's off. And the Nets shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Thomas. And that misses. That would have put him up. And for the Knicks, they're shooting around 35% from the field so far. Here's Bridges. He launches. Can't get it to go.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Now Porter. Rebounded by Towns. And there's a minute 45 left in the final quarter. Outside Bridges. Takes a 3. And he nails it.
Mikal Bridges lethal in the catch and shoot. You've got to run him off those kinds of looks.
And Thomas has got the ball here for Brooklyn. It's a 3-point game. Here's Claxton. Ooh, it misses. Now Brunson. Here's a floater. And up and in on the layup.
Just get the ball to Brunson. He is used to the bright lights and relishes producing when they're on.
Thomas drives in. For 3. Oh, it doesn't go.
Really hard to stay competitive when you're taking low percentage shots.
Brunson. Oh, taking it to him, Jalen Brunson.
Are you serious? I mean, he made the defender look silly right there. Just an epic move.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordi Fernandez's huddle. He had some words of confidence for his team, saying all it takes is a few chances. We make a few plays down the stretch, we could steal this thing from them. Back to you guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Porter. Claxton cashes it in.
Instead of risking something on the perimeter, he just works it inside.
Yeah, you want to get those sure things down the stretch, and that close to the bucket, he is a sure thing.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Bridges down low. Oh, nice setup for the slam.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Bridges pulls it down. And New York has possession. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Anunoby. Here's Towns. Towns double team. Hart. So New York wins it. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
And B.A., they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Jalen Brunson.